Paula, Karen, and Melinda are victims of domestic violence. What they are going through is affecting every aspect of their lives, including their jobs. Let's look at the stories of these three women. We'll follow their stories at different points in this course. Paula is driving to her work at the grocery store, feeling afraid that Ron will show up again after she gets there. She has been separated from Ron for a month now, living with her parents. Ron doesn't come to her parents' house, and she doesn't answer his phone calls and texts. She knows he has been following her, and twice now he has come to her place of work, wanting to talk about getting back together, sounding desperate and angry. Karen has been working at a construction company for 2 years now, handling supply orders and inventory. She met Steve a year ago, and things moved pretty quickly. They started living together a few months ago, and she soon found out just how volatile he can be. Twice now his anger turned physical, and she has bruises to show for it. She called in sick after the last incident. Between the injuries and his constant texts and calls, she is struggling to keep up at work. Her manager asked her about the bruises, but she made up an excuse. Later, he scheduled a meeting for this afternoon, saying he wanted to talk about how things are going. Karen is worried about losing her job. For years, Melinda has been an exemplary employee as a senior buyer at a high-end department store. Lately, however, she hasn't been herself. Instead of her upbeat attitude, she has seemed sad and nervous. A friend at work asked her how she's doing. She said that since her husband Bill was laid off from his engineering job, money has been tight. What she didn't say is that Bill has been spending down their savings and her paycheck at an alarming rate, and she's not sure where the money is going. Twice now she has agreed to take early withdrawals from her retirement plan at work. Melinda is very worried about the future. Domestic violence, sexual assault, and stalking harm millions of people all across America and are a serious problem in our society. More than 1 in 3 women and more than 1 in 4 men in the United States have experienced rape, physical violence, and/or stalking by an intimate partner in their lifetime. Nearly 1 in 5 women and 1 in 71 men in the U.S. have been raped at some time in their lives. Nearly 1 in 2 women and 1 in 5 men experienced sexual violence victimization other than rape at some point in their lives. With these disturbing numbers, it is not surprising that these problems are a significant concern for the workplace. 40% of abused women are harassed at work by their partners. As a supervisor or manager in your organization, are you prepared to respond effectively to support employees who are victims of domestic violence, sexual assault, or stalking? Do you know what your legal obligations are regarding employees experiencing the effects of domestic violence, sexual assault, or stalking? Hi, I'm Laura, your host for this online course on domestic violence and the workplace. Welcome, and thank you for your interest in this important topic. In this course, we will cover many of the key issues that employers in California need to address when it comes to domestic violence. We will answer 4 questions of critical importance to managers and supervisors. What is the definition and scope of domestic violence? As a manager, supervisor, or coworker, what do I need to know about what domestic violence victims may be experiencing? What are the legal requirements in California for employers regarding employees who are victims of domestic violence, sexual assault, or stalking? If I suspect or know that an employee is a victim of domestic violence, how do I interact with the employee to offer support and comply with legal requirements? What referral resources are available? This course was developed by Weave, the primary provider of domestic violence and sexual assault support services in the Sacramento area. Funding for this course was provided by the Blue Shield of California Foundation. We hope the information in this course will help your organization as you deal with this issue. So, let's get started. What will you learn by taking this course? To answer the critical questions facing managers and supervisors, we will define the terms domestic violence, sexual assault, and stalking. Identify 6 different types of abuse that victims of domestic violence may experience. Identify the protections for domestic violence victims set forth in California law, including the accommodations employers are required to make for these employees. Describe what domestic violence victims may be experiencing so that managers, supervisors, and coworkers are better prepared to help. Offer guidelines on talking with and supporting employees who may be domestic violence victims. And identify referral resources that managers and supervisors can utilize to help victims of domestic violence.